Yo, what's up? I am fasting a lot, and I'm pushing the fasting a lot because simply because prostate health and the topic of prostate for the male is an organ or a topic that's never really even talked about because I'm always hearing it when it's around people are getting around the age of 50. You're wilding. I'm not waiting until age 50 to see if an organ or gland of mine is working properly or improperly. It doesn't make any sense. This is why that song always got it always in my head periodically. You're headed for self-destruction. Ain't no one killing you or doing damage to you or bringing disease to you except for the individual that's in the mirror. And I'm fasting a lot for these past years and pushing it and documenting it simply because I need to see and I need to measure out and I need to be able to look back and go, okay, I was there, now I'm here and I'm going there. The things that I've heard about when it comes to prostate issues, guys, start to forget it. Never mind. I started tending to my prostate with herbs and fasting and stretching in the hip area and the massages because of the different things that I've been studying and coming into research and new information. Look, listen, uh, along with the bladder issues and kidney issues and different things like that, like I sincerely, me personally, never believed that the body has to go to a decline just because you hit a certain age. Although living in a certain environment will cause those different things to happen, which is called autoimmune diseases, which means you don't even know how it came about and where it started from. I don't have time for that. Listen, if I know that this is going to make me healthy, then I'd prefer to live a quality life knowing that I'm taking action to ensure that my body is at a complete homeostasis. I don't have time to be figuring out if I'm going to be vegan, vegetarian, or carnivore. I'm fasting minimum 3 days a month. It has done me well up until this point. There are peers of minds that I don't know that I come across. There are people who I do know that I come across, and people who actually follow me and reach out. And it's like, yo, what are you doing to maintain and stay in shape? Look, listen, this is to me, this is more real than anything. And I always feel like I'm at war because I don't have access to food straight from the farm. So I always have to continuously think and calculate how can I counteract the different issues that the food that we're being sold and the vitamins that we're being sold. How can I counteract the side effects that may come up after? Simply fasting. And that's where How to Eat to Live and Medicine of the Prophet has superseded the modern day technology today. Because the most honorable Elijah Muhammad said that fasting is fasting, but once you start doing one meal a day, and once you start practicing one meal every 2 days, and once you start practicing one meal every 3 days, it is no longer a fast. It is a lifestyle. So, everybody who's speaking about fasting and has shared information with me about fasting, thank you very much. You have actually motivated me, continuously inspired me, and reminded me of what it is that I do. Because all I get mostly is videos of fasting. Thank you. So you actually was watering my seed literally and my mind for me to actually master fasting. So that's why I push it so much. And that's why I definitely am for it all the way. Because regardless of what you go through in life, your body is gonna be with you 24/7. And when I'm training hard and getting hit and getting thrown on the mat and massaging people and all that stuff like that, my body goes through some serious strenuous activity. So there are moments when I'm like, wait a minute, okay, that's this system working, that's this system responding, that's this system performing, that's this system turning off, this one's turning on, this one's trying to balance this. It is way too much things to even process at the moment, even though it's happening inside the very thing that you live in and dwell in 24/7. So if this is mine and I own it. And that's how I always looked at it. So when the doctor diagnosed me with prehypertension 2 years ago, Then I actually in school was teaching me what hypertension is, and I was like, you're wild. And so high blood pressure does what? High blood pressure is what? Prehypertension is what? Does what to the kidneys? What to the liver? What to the pituitary gland? Are you serious right now? To what? You are wilding. So I was in class like, nah. So me personally, look, anyways, never mind. I'm gonna say it anyway. There's this whole thing where people go, oh, well, this person lived up to be 80, 90, 100, and oh my gosh. I'm like, no. No, let's go past that, because the most honorable Elijah Muhammad said that you can live to be as long as you want. There is another book that I came across in school. They said that you can live to be as long as you want. And I am not going to actually fall victim. I'm going to make sure that I do not fall victim to to consuming so much, knowing that I can live a more quality life by resisting, even though it's painful to resist good food, painful to say no to food, painful to not eat the best of foods, and painful, but the sacrifice allows me to wake up a lot better. I think about my prostate very often, because everything that you eat and drink and do, and even when it comes to certain type of activities, has to do with the prostate. No, no, emphatically no. So on that note, I fast a lot because the prostate is a very important gland of the body. And in the male, if that area of the body starts to become imbalanced, the stories that I've heard will, yeah, all right. So on that note,